interesting watching this film because afterwards you left, I found myself asking so many questions. I'm like, I gotta go back and watch this film again.
Good.
And one thing that I love as a viewer who watches a lot of movies is the fact that I got to watch a character who couldn't speak. I loved it. I love the choices you were making as an actress, and I love the other actors having to play off of you.
Yeah.
So did you find this process, did you love that process, or did you find it challenging?
Both. I mean, I loved the challenge of it. It was something that I was very keen to do. Originally, the character was an actress and talked, and the conversations with her, with the character that Ray Fiennes plays, who's her ex-lover who kind of never stops talking, kind of pops into the holiday idyll that she has with Paul, who's played by Matthias Schoenaerts, who's her lover. So in comes Harry, wanting to cook it up, wanting to talk. In the original scripts, that's the way it was, and I just thought it would be more interesting, or at least interesting to see how to ramp up the tension if she couldn't talk at all.
I loved it, yes.
Yeah.
I found it like delicious.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really could appreciate is that it's hard to put into words what this movie is really about because I found the relationships of the characters complex, but I also found them delicate.
Yeah.
How would you describe your character, Marianne's relationship with both Paul versus her relationship with Harry?
It's such a good thing when people say that it's hard to put into words, because then you just think, okay, so you just have to go and see the movie. We can't even discuss it here. Well, she is a rock star, like a legendary rock star. We see her at the beginning in front of 70,000 people, so we know that that's the case. And she has this history with Harry. He was her producer, and they were super tight, and they were, they're kind of a rock couple, and they were burning the candles at both ends, and she steps away from that, and she starts this relationship with Paul, which is a much gentler and more supportive and quieter deal. And now they're both, in a recovery from various things. Her mother's recently died. She's had this operation. He's a recovering alcoholic, and has recently had a suicide attempt. And they make for the hills, this beautiful island in Pantelleria in the Mediterranean, to hide out and be quiet. In the very beginning of the film, you see them in this kind of idyll. They're naked, they're swimming, they're loving each other, and they're not talking at all. And into this comes Ray Fiennes, this Harry Hawks, who's a kind of knight. He's her ex, who has come to make trouble, basically. And he's coming to play tennis with her, and she don't have a racket, and it's really interesting.
Yes, it's just so interesting to watch. And also, you mentioned shooting on location at an Italian island.
Yeah.
I found it beautiful, and then at times I felt like there's almost like danger looming.
It's true. I mean, that's a very particular Italian island. I mean, it's actually a Sicilian island, although truly it's Africa. That island is positioned in between Sicily and Tunisia, and it feels like a volcano is just about to erupt, and it kind of does in our film. There's something about these characters who are so overprivileged, super luxury, solipsistic, totally self-absorbed. It's like they're perched on a shark's fin, and you're waiting for not only them to bite each other, but for the island to somehow come up and claim them. It's a very interesting place, but it's so beautiful and kind of brutal. It has a very tough history, it's where slavery was processed, and now, and has been for many years, it's the place where hundreds of thousands of refugees come over from Africa, and in the last 2 years, of course, the world's media has known about that, but that's been part of the history of that place forever, which is why we place that story in the heart of our film.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching this interview. As always, don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think in the comment section below. For the next Made in Hollywood interview, click right here. Do it. Click it.